Today I'm going to be talking about the 4 following roles as a coach and their responsibilities and their skills. The 4 following roles I'm going to talk about is an innovator, a friend, a role model and an educator. An innovator is someone who brings new ideas to the table. A good example of this is AVB, how he writes in a book at the side of the pitch and puts down new ideas forward by what he can see. That way he's bringing new ideas, becoming an innovator. The next one is a friend. It's very important to be a friend because you need someone to talk to. It's better for them, they have a tighter bond. A good example of this is Mourinho and Drogba. They have a really good relationship and this has worked out for them when it's come to matches. The next one we'll talk about is a role model. It's important to be a role model because you need someone to look up to. You're more likely to succeed if you have someone to look up to and want to be like them. A good example of this is Chantelle, who is a professional coach and instructor. He acts professionally, people look up to him, they want to be just like him. An educator is the next one I'm going to talk about. An educator is a coach that teaches people new tactics and how to do things properly and to keep safe. An example of this is a BMX coach who will teach someone to land jump safely without getting hurt. Okay, now I'm going to talk about responsibilities. The 4 responsibilities I'm going to talk about is legal obligations, health and safety, and equal opportunities and professional conduct. Legal obligations is to basically work within the law. A good example of this is if you work with young children, you need to have checks for child protection just to make sure that there's no different, to make sure there's no Okay, the next one I'm going to talk about is health and safety. With health and safety, you need to carry out risk assessments. Risk assessments are basically to make sure that everything is okay for people to use so that they don't get hurt. Equal opportunities is everyone to be equal, so whether you're black, white, female, male, everyone is to be treated exactly the same, and this is very important because it's also against the law. The next one I'm going to talk about is professional conduct. Now as a coach they need to make sure that they perform professionally at all times. Their body language, their behaviour, how they communicate, they have to be professional at all times. The skills I'm going to chat about is communication, analysing and time management. Communication is extremely important because in order for someone to succeed they need to have verbal communication, they need to be spoke to properly and given new ideas through communication. Analysing, a coach needs to analyse the player, sees the player's weaknesses and their positive notes and to obviously improve on if they need improving. And also analysing, they need to analyse the opposition and put in place different things if they need to, just to make sure that obviously their players are able to beat the other team. And time management, as a coach it's very important to have time management because they need to make sure that they're at the games at the right time, they need to make sure that they're on time themselves and that everything's all in place, so time management is really important.